Literally one line here. Goosebumps Wanted, The Haunted Mask by R.L. Stine. This is another one I read during the month of October. And while there is an original Haunted Mask story that came out sometime in the 1990s, this one, I guess, is kind of a reimagining. It's pretty much the same thing, but just different characters. The main character in this one is a girl named Luann Franklin. And one year for Halloween, her and her friends decide to try to freak out all these people at this one particular party that's thrown by some other girl that she doesn't like by the name of Polly. And so they find a bunch of like creepy looking masks in the attic at the house of where this party's at. And Luann puts on this one mask, and it eventually becomes part of her actual skin, and she can't take it off, and then she starts acting crazy and wild. And so, I mean, that's what I mean when it's pretty much exactly like the original Haunted Mask story. Only difference is, of course, the different characters and in slightly different situations. And but that's the first half of this book, because in the second half, it then focuses on her friend named Devin, and he's forced to spend his Halloween at this pumpkin farm that his dad recently purchased because I guess his dad decided that he wanted to try to make a quick buck, and because I guess he was like in between jobs or something. And while Devin's on his pumpkin farm, one day he starts noticing that some of the pumpkins look like they're moving around, and until eventually they do move around and follow him and freak him out and do all this weird stuff. And so the second half of the book, I guess you say, it reminds me of another Goosebumps story that also came out sometime in the 1990s. That one being, I believe it's called Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, if I'm not mistaken, or something with jack-o'-lanterns. I know that for sure. So yeah, I guess this, I really don't know why R.L. Stine felt it necessary to break this up into two different stories. I mean, I guess maybe he just wanted to try something different. Because I imagine he's been writing these for a while now. I actually assumed, because I stopped reading the original series like in, I want to say sometime in 98 or 99. And after that, a couple of years went by, and I just assumed that he stopped writing these Goosebumps stories, but I was completely wrong. He kept on writing them, and so yeah, I can imagine that it's got to be tough for him to keep things fresh and original all the time. So that's probably why he felt like returning to one of his favorites or classics, The Haunted Mask. And I guess overall, I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's a decent read. It's easy to get through. Like most Goosebumps books, it's easy to get through. And it's creepy. Just the right amount of creepy. Not too creepy, not too scary. I will say the intro to this is definitely like the intro to this seemed very, I want to say intense. I don't want to give anything away, but the intro to this is like, wow, I was completely taken aback by the intro. It reminded me of something that I would expect to see in a really like gory kind of horror movie. And so, yeah, I mean, to me, that intro just like came out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, I would like to read something by R.L. Stine that's, I guess, similar to what the intro to this is, something like in the same vein, or, but yeah, I don't know. It's, again, it was okay. It was good. I will say that the original Haunted Mask is definitely much better than this. But this is all right. I mean, you know, I still give it 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah. So I recommend reading it if you're into Goosebumps, especially if you're into creepy stuff, but stuff that's not too creepy, just the right amount. So, yeah. That'll do it for my review of Goosebumps Wanted, The Haunted Mask by R.L. Stine. As always, thanks for watching. And don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.